Continue where I left off with the nutrients that people should be taking for skin health. Now, as I already pointed out, quercetin helps with, the appearance of the skin by helping with the epidermal, stem cells and whatnot. But it also, among various natural compounds, quercetin has shown great anti-cancer and anti-inflammatory properties. In vitro and in vivo experiments have revealed that quercetin possesses a cytotoxic impact on ovarian cancer cells and various other cancers also. But you can read this on your own. I'm not going to get too into it, but so what you'll see is there are other health benefits to these things, whereas with that supposed foreskin facelift or foreskin facial, it doesn't really have any other benefits that I'm aware of. It doesn't even seem to have the benefits that they're saying it does. As always, I want to make sure that people know I'm not a doctor, I'm not an ND, I'm not an MD, I'm not a DO, I'm not an RN, I'm not an LPN, I'm not a CNA, I'm not anything, I'm not a nutritionist, not a dietitian, nothing like that. This video does not constitute medical advice. However, what you should know is the bioactive compounds in cocoa have significant and potential for the maintenance of skin health. Cocoa has a rich history in human use. Skin is prone to the development of several diseases, and the mechanisms in the pathogenesis of aged skin are still poorly understood. However, a growing body of evidence from clinical and bench research has begun to provide scientific validation for the use of cocoa-derived phytochemicals as an effective approach for skin protection. Although the specific molecular and cellular mechanisms of the beneficial actions of cocoa phytochemicals remain to be elucidated, this review will provide an overview of the current literature emphasizing potential cytoprotective pathways modulated by cocoa. Long-term ingestion of high flavanol cocoa. Remember, a beverage containing high flavanol cocoa actually helps to promote the amount, it increases the amount of stem cells in the body, but it also seems to be photoprotective. What's that mean? It protects against UV radiation from the sun. So dietary antioxidants contribute to endogenous photoprotection and are important for maintenance of skin health. In the present study, two groups of women consumed either a high flavanol or low flavanol cocoa powder dissolved in 100 milliliters of water for 12 weeks. Epicatechin and catechin were the major flavanol monomers in the high flavanol drink, whereas the low flavanol drink contained 6.6 milligrams of epicatechin and 1.6 milligrams of catechin. Okay, so within the same time frame, neither of these variables was affected, blah, 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 low flavanol okay, dietary flavanol contribute to endogenous. So the high flavanol group did show photoprotection, meaning that their skin experienced less damage from the ultraviolet radiation. Consumption of flavanol-rich cocoa acutely increases microcirculation in human skin. Okay, so subsequent to the intake of high flavanol cocoa, dermal blood flow was significantly increased by 1.7-fold at blah, 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 and oxygen saturation was elevated 1.8-fold. No statistically significant changes were found on intake of low flavanol cocoa. So it's only the high flavanol cocoa that helps. Conclusion, flavanol-rich cocoa consumption acutely increases dermal blood flow and oxygen saturation. A lot of folks have made fun of my video on microcurrent, but microcurrent is very helpful. I've read about it. So a microcurrent facial is a cosmetic treatment where a person uses a special handheld device to deliver tiny currents of electricity to the face. These microcurrents stimulate the skin and muscles with the aim of improving the person's appearance. It does work. It works well. Okay. So it's also used to treat conditions such as Bell's palsy and other things like that, but it does work, and I found out about it through Dr. Nicholas Perricone in his book on epigenetics. Moving on. I personally use a couple different types of red light therapy, but this is the red light therapy benefits. So what is red light therapy? Red light therapy is a controversial therapeutic technique, blah, blah, blah. Red light wasn't studied, blah, blah, blah. You may have heard of red light therapy. Let's look at the benefits here. How does red light therapy work? Yada, yada, yada. Okay, so it promotes wound healing, improves hair growth, helps for short-term treatment of carpal tunnel syndrome, stimulates healing of slow-healing wounds like diabetic foot ulcers, reduces psoriasis lesions, aids with short-term relief of pain and morning stiffness in people with rheumatoid arthritis, reduces some of the side effects of cancer treatments, including oral mucositis, improves skin complexion and builds collagen to diminish wrinkles, helps to mend sun damage, prevents recurring cold sores from herpes simplex virus infections, improves the health of joints in people with degenerative osteoarthritis of the knee, helps diminish scars, relieves pain and inflammation in people with pain in the Achilles tendons. But does red light therapy really work? There's limited to no evidence, blah, blah, blah. So there's limited to no evidence that it works for some of these things, which is depression, detoxifying the lymph system, boosting the immune system, blah, 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 reducing cellulite. Are there similar treatment options? Laser treatments, natural sunlight, blue or green light therapy, sauna light therapy, yada, yada, yada. Choosing a provider. Red light therapy is considered safe and painless. However, there have been reports of burns and blistering from using red light therapy units. A few people develop burns after falling asleep with the unit in place. That's because some of them do get hot, okay? And some experience burns due to broken wires or device corrosion. Red light therapy has shown promising results in treating some skin conditions, but within the scientific community, there's not much consensus. Okay, and that's going to be all for this video. I hope you see that there are things that can be done, most of them nutritional, most of them require ingesting the nutrients, which are far more beneficial to the whole organism than a foreskin facial is. And that's all for this video.